they told me there's gonna be lawyers in this stream. Is that real? Because I'm pretty fucking scared of lawyers.
Lawyers.
Ah! Don't do that. It's a scary world we live in.
What if you were alone in the house and you saw lawyers?
And the lawyers were like, "Don't be scared. It's time to be there or be square."
Anyway, let's solve this mystery. Let's, figure out what the fuck happened.
You weren't ready for that question, streamer. What happened?
What happened?
What happened?
We don't get those anymore. Edgeworth doesn't ask what happened.
Edgeworth is just like, I see. Here's what happened. I don't need to ask anyone.
I understand.
I need to just
everything
use the logic
immediately.
box. No, I need to use the logic box, streamer, in order to understand everything.
Big thinky.
I have to do the big thingy. Yes. Huge, even.
His brain is so large.
Large.
The most polar opposite voices I've ever had are in the same room together. Thank God.
Good luck. Imagine being the streamer who has to point.
At least Mike Meekins isn't here. Yet.
You never know. Or give me a sec. I'm back. What is this incredibly overpowering sweet scent?
It smells like flowers.
Uncle, you're my fucking uncle, I guess. Uncle Bad, is this it?
Wait, isn't that Detective Bad and Kay over there?
We're best friends. Me and this guy who could break your neck if I tell him to.
Well, oh, you have such an active imagination. He would never.
Yeah, I will. I've only broken 3 necks, and they've all deserved it.
Francisca, I think this guy might be the culprit.
No, I said they deserved it.
Oh.
I didn't tell him to do those ones though. I didn't watch.
It looks like she managed to escape the bailiff.
No, that's not quite it. Aw, too bad, but it's so pretty. Also, I escaped the bailiff with my fucking skills.
With your supersonic speed.
Gotta go fast, if you know what I'm saying. I think you're still a bit too young to be wearing that. But since you found it, I guess I could let you keep it. Thanks, I'll treasure it always. With my Edgeworth handkerchief.
Yeah, you still...
It is a canon
those
event.
two-
You will get it back in case 3.
I'm gonna be washing my hands in the future, but it seems those two seem to get along rather well.
Oh, here. I've got something else for you. I have $6 on me at all times, unlike Detective Gumshoe. Yay, thank you, Uncle Bad! Earlier, I had one of these with Gummy. Gummy? Oh, you mean Gumshoe? Gummy he's owned! He was trying to be nice to me because I was gonna get in trouble. And then he got in trouble because he lied to protect me. Gummy, he's so owned! I know he didn't kill Daddy! It would be not epic of him.
I'm very epic, so you're right.
Faraday would be sad if he saw you crying. I'm not crying! Can anyone else join in this conversation like any time today?
No,
oh, thank God!
Oh, never mind. Kay.
Oh, it's the mister from before, and the lady too.
Don't you think it would be a good idea to, go home for the time being?
You're not involved in the investigation, so it's for the best if you do.
Actually, I'm Uncle Bad's assistant. so I'm related to the investigation.
Well, is that so, Detective Bad?
Yeah, I guess. We're homies.
What? You were just scolding us like kids to not mess up this crime scene. And now you let this child run free? Why?
People are free to investigate things outside of the actual crime scene. You also had a few things you wanted to look into. Got a problem with that?
Nah.
I don't have a problem with that, but I am curious to what Miss Yu is looking into.
Uncle Bad, I'm gonna go look somewhere else now, okay? Alright, I'm counting on you. Oh, that's right! Hey, mister!
Yes, what is it?
I know Gummy really isn't the bad guy, I mean it. So please, find the real bad guy, okay? And I don't mean Uncle Bad. He's a good
Wow.
bad... Fuck this!
Covered all your bases, I see. But
My name is K like okay, her name is You like you, and his name is Bad like bad. We all suck!
who's on first? I won't forgive whoever did this. But in the absence of the perfect piece of testimony and evidence, there is no one else who could be the true culprit other than Detective Gumshoe. Oh, she wandered off when I was pondering.
She just fucking Batmaned you, and she's like 6 or something. Maybe 8.
Don't you have a crime investigation to be doing, Detective Bad?
Don't you?
He got you there, Miles.
Look at this coffee
Let's-
maker.
Let's get some
I'm in
coffee.
jail.
Shit.
What an incredibly strong-scented herbal tea.
Oh, I'm sorry, tea maker.
That's
Jeez.
not coffee.
It's not wine, it's grape juice.
No, I fear that more than being relaxing, the scent may make one a bit, heady instead.
You put in a special request for that.
No wonder she's so violent if she's been drinking this stuff the whole time.
Neither woman should be allowed to comment on this particular topic, ever. Chair? Ooh, it may not look like much, but I find that ordinary tables like this one are very useful.
I think it's time they bought a new one. I wonder if they will replace this table if I hit it enough with my whip.
A much too heavy-handed method if I ever saw one. This television is the same model as the one in defendant lobby number 2.
Looks like the two rooms are basically the same in terms of layout and supplies.
How convenient. Yes. The two rooms are basically the same.
What up?
Detective Bad, what exactly was Kay searching for?
Nothing that concerns you, boy.
Oh? And I suppose it has something to do with Kay.
It does, because she's Faraday's daughter. Anyway, hurry up and get to the point. I don't have time to waste.
It sounds like he'd rather be left alone. Well, I have something I'd like to confirm with you once again.
Oh, good. I don't have anything to say to you.
Oh. Be that as it may, we still have questions we need answers to. Now then, first of all, what is the overpowering smell that is permeating this room? Upon entering this room, I thought I was going to suffocate.
It's that ultra-strong perfume you wear, and the person not Edgeworth. She spilled some of it.
I was about to say
I
another
was
perfume.
having a bad time of it myself. Get it? Because that's who I am.
I get it.
Thank you. I didn't think twice and opened the window. But that smell's still here.
Perfume, huh? So the sweet scent in the air is perfume.
Well, it's giving off quite a stench. I bet it's some cheap, no-name brand.
She said it's a famous brand from overseas.
Oh, shit!
Oh, she's got your number there, Francisca.
It's a knockoff. Yes, definitely a knockoff.
I didn't know you were passionate over every perfume across the ocean. No one said it was from Germany. No disrespect, but she forced one of those bottles on me. Here, little girl, you could have it.
I was born for a much more expensive and refined perfume. However, seeing as you just happen to have a spare, I suppose I'll take it.
Here it comes.
Miles Edgeworth, you will hold on to this bottle without fail.
Why can't she ever be honest about what her wants are? So now we have the perfume Miss Yu wears. Just fantastic.
Is that all you wanted to talk about? If so, I'm going back to investigating.
Actually, I still have a few other things I wish to inquire about.
My favorite person to talk to. I think I've seen this badge before, so we're gonna move
No,
on.
I think you should present. I think I should present my badge again to you.
I think
I don't know.
happened.
Maybe it hasn't. It's been a whole week, streamer.
Okay. We've had this conversation before. I've definitely read this.
I
one.
know we have.
What
No, I
Well,
listen.
it's an
I'm
opportunity to load all your sprites, Miles Edgeworth.
you knew my gambit right away, Francisca, as expected.
Oh wow, yeah, you're so awesome. You're my favorite
that.
guy to talk to.
Detective Bad, sir. Try showing off your police badge in return.
Might
That
not have a
always 100% impresses people.
Well, my police badge is gone. You see it? You see that bullet hole number 6? That's where it used to be. So,
My condolences.
yeah. It makes me look awful because they shot me.
So you were in this room the entire recess.
And like I said, I made a call to the precinct to get the big lug down here. But other than that, I was waiting for the recess to end in here. I don't have time to plan the swings.
At least your story is consistent.
Earlier, you stated that you were in this lobby with Miss Yu.
Yeah, I ran into her in the hallway. She said she wanted to talk to me about something, so we came in here.
Then, what you're saying is that until Detective Gumshoe's arrival, you and Miss Yu were in 2 different locations.
Guess I am.
Interesting.
Speaking of that lawyer, she seems to have a great dislike for you.
She seems to have a great dislike for life, but you know. Oof.
I dislike everyone.
Oh god, I'm missing throat.
As a reminder, you know, I was gonna throw her out the window. That was the lore, I'm pretty sure.
That's kind of... That's almost like murder, and you still have necks.
Once again, we are on the first floor. You would be fine if I threw you out the window.
I wouldn't be fine if you threw me out the window head first, like a diving board.
Okay, well, I'm just...
I think we should test that theory.
No, wait, Francisca, no.
If you threw someone out of a barred window, it would hurt a lot.
And you throw people out barred windows, Detective Bad? You just completely torn apart your testimony.
I did no such thing.
I know, because she said, you can't do it, because the windows are barred.
Wait, you can't do it, or you can't do it?
Who is you talking about?
You both can't do it. The windows are barred.
There's
It's in
2
my
of
watching
me
box.
now?
This conversation
No!
blows.
will
Edgeworth,
tell
say
you
your
in case you-
line.
You blow. In fact,
I
there's
what?
two yous right. No, there's two yous right here because Miss Yu is the sister of the victim of the KG8 incident. That's two yous. See, right in my
Wait,
line.
somehow that's true. Wow, that's crazy.
There
That's why I'm
there
a
were no
prosecutor.
U's in that line, though. There was no letter U in that line.
That is also true. Very observant, actually. What the hell? There's none in this line either. And as I recall, Detective Bad was the lead detective on the case. Sorry, I was losing my mind. I wonder if the reason for your disdain is not simply because you failed to guard Cece, but because you were the lead detective on the case.
Oh shit.
Mm.
You knew?
Of course. I also know that today's trial involving the Cadopian Embassy staff member is being referred to as the second KG8 incident. Oh, you like that? Oh, yes.
I don't like that. It's kind of shit.
It is. It is rather shit, actually. We just had a murder happen. Now then, Detective, I believe it's time you were honest with me. And told me the truth behind your relationship with Miss Yu and Mr. Faraday. And the KG8 incident.
If you already know that much, I guess it'd be alright to tell you after I take a sip of this iced tea real quick. About the monologue, I think. I need a sip.
Need a sippy? Yeah, makes sense. Take your time. That's why we brought the tea here. That's going in the clips, by the way. Holy shit.
Clips could only be 60 seconds. That was a long monologue. You're screwed, Edgeworth.
You'll never know. We'll never know until we try, Mr. Bad.
Anyway, let's talk about the KG8 incident.
Now then, we're going to talk about the KG8 incident, and I have a few questions about that.
It's not exactly a happy story. Other than the people who were directly involved, you two will be the first to hear what I'm about to tell. Some shit's going on. Oh shit, check out my lollipop. The honest truth behind the KG8 incident. Faraday, you and I, the person. As you already know, we three were involved with the KG8 incident. Faraday and I, we were originally on the trail of a smuggling ring.
You mean the smuggling case involving one of the Amana Group's secretaries?
That trial was just a front.
A facade?
Yeah, but the case became tainted. All because the witness who's going to testify about the Amana Group's ties to the smuggling ring, CCU, was killed.
Then, what became of the secretary who was arrested?
His name was Colin Deveray. To be honest, the guy didn't know a thing about the smuggling ring. But he confessed to knowing about it anyway. Deveray was probably being intimidated by the big boss man. Just another scapegoat.
The boss man of the Amano? No. He can't seriously mean Mr. Ernest Amano. Even as earnest in his name. That can't be right. It's probably just Detective Bad's personal hypothesis. What is he trying to do? Suspecting Mr. Amano of being involved with smuggling?
I suppose it would have been quite different to secure an acquittal after he had confessed. But the man who killed CCU, Manny Kochen, was a completely different person. But since he's already been acquitted once of her murder... Mr. Faraday, how could you have let him go?
If I remember correctly, I heard that Mr. Faraday had an important piece of evidence stolen from him.
That wasn't Faraday's fault. It was mine. I wasn't vigilant enough. Faraday, Cece. I was supposed to protect them both.
Miss, you did mention that as well. About how Detective Bad was supposed to guard her sister.
But
Wait.
even I, who was supposed to protect them, I fell into their trap.
What kind of a trap?
The holes in this jacket are a testament to that trap.
You mean you were fired upon?
You were shot at that many times in one gunfight?
It was actually just once I lost my badge. We just established that lore. No. Only about half of these are from that case.
Okay,
But
observation streamer.
the reason I continue to wear this jacket is to remind myself of the lessons I learned from the KG-8 incident.
I see.
I couldn't protect CCU, and the suspect was found not guilty. We had hit a brick wall as far as the law was concerned. And that's when she came to the courtroom, the victim's sister. That's when I first met Callisto Yu. Let's keep talking.
Talking now.
It moved the order to make sense with the conversation. That's pretty poggers.
I never thought you would say that, Detective Bad, but about when you first met Miss Yu.
I could be excited about something.
I meant the word poggers.
Yeah,
That
I'm
doesn't...
excited. Isn't that what people say when they're excited about something?
You know what? I'm gonna go Google that when we're done talking.
Okay. Have fun. Does Google exist yet?
I don't know. But it was on the day of the verdict of the KG-8 incident was handed down, was it not?
Yes. Faraday and I. We apologize to her from the bottom of our hearts. It was all we can do, but... just saying you're sorry won't bring my sister back, she said. And then she gave me a hard slap across the face.
Well, she certainly had a lot of self-control to stop at just a slap. If it was me, not even 100 lashes would have been punishment enough.
I suppose not. You, the person, not you, said it herself. That she never wanted to see either of us ever again. Well, mission failed, but whatever.
Well, but after that, you've seen her many times over, correct?
Yeah. Faraday and I, even after the KG-8 incident had come to a close, we continued the hunt down the smuggling ring and got involved in a variety of cases. But it was no use. We cracked so many different cases. But the result was always the same. We couldn't find the real mastermind behind the ring.
Sounds like its own kind of game, if you think about it.
It kind of sounds like a big deal.
So big like this ring. This smuggling ring. Is it really that big?
It was in the pursuit of the ring that we met you, the person, not you, once again.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I just don't want any more confusion. It was during
No, it's
another
very-
trial related to the smuggling ring. Faraday was the prosecutor, and I, as the lead detective, took to the witness stand. You, the person, she appeared out of the blue as the defense attorney.
Her client was related to the smuggling ring and she was defending them?
Yeah. You was pursuing the ring as best she could as a lawyer. I think she defended Rel this time for the same reason.
Come to think of it, Miss, you did say something to the same effect.
I have my own agenda. I'm still on the hunt for leads regarding the KG-8 incident, alright?
And for that, you have not a single qualm about defending a known killer.
Don't put words in my mouth. I said no such thing. The only way I had to get close to Mr. Rel was to be his lawyer. I had no intention of covering for him. Ever. So don't you dare suggest I was going to.
It doesn't matter what her reason is. But helping a criminal is just so despicable.
You're so naive, little girl. I could have stolen this lollipop from you. That's how naive you are.
How dare
Get
you insult the
owned.
daughter of our karma?
That was a sick burn on that was a bad burn.
Can I say it was very poggers?
If you were excited about it, sure.
I'm going to VIP you, Miles.
No, wait. Hold on, Francis. Ah!
Just like us, you, the person, felt that she had hit the limit of what the law could do. That's all.
The law is merely a tool. There is no limit to it. Only the skill of the craftsman.
You two are still too young. But one day you'll know what I mean. But enough sidetracking. What matters is that we met you again, the person, in pursuit of the smuggling ring. That's all.
I appreciate the clarification.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want you to think you were involved.
But she is
involved.
That was a joke. So what was your relation to Mr. Faraday? You even seem to know Kay fairly well.
I met him when he was a rookie prosecutor. Known him ever since. And Kay, I've known her since the day she was born. Faraday and I, we cracked quite a few cases together.
But you two seem to have made no progress at all in the yatagarasu case.
Yo.
Did we touch a nerve?
I only have one thing to say to you. No one knew more about the yatagarasu than me and Faraday. That's why I was called upon to testify in today's trial to prove that Rel was not the real yatagarasu, which I would have done if he hadn't turned around and accused Faraday. After the accusation, I was asked to testify, but this time, to prove or disprove the accusation. But I guess I won't be doing that either.
I sense there's more to that statement than meets the eye. Perhaps a bit more digging into the yatagarasu is what's necessary. Holy shit.
Got a lot to say.
Dude, it's like all the lore was packed in a nice bento box named Mr. Bad. For today, at least. Bento Bad. Bad
Okay.
Bento.
Yeah,
You claim to know much about the yatagarasu.
Oh, that was a really funny bit. Why'd you stop?
Because you seemed offended, Mr. Bad Bento. You're right, that was a good bit. Why did I stop? I hate to... Would you care to share what you know with me? I'm busy covering up how much of a greenhorn I am today.
What you two should be looking for right now is proof of murderous intent towards Faraday and Rel.
I agree, which is exactly why I'm asking you about the yatagarasu.
What?
The KG8 incident in the second KG8 incident. Both of these cases are tied to the smuggling ring. And in both of these cases, the witness who was to testify about the ring was murdered. However, there's one point in which they differ. And that is the presence or absence of the great thief Yatagarasu. Mr. Rel claimed to be the Yatagarasu. However, in the middle of the trial, he suddenly declared Mr. Faraday to be the real Yatagarasu. Then, during the recess, they were both killed. Don't you find that to be the least bit odd?
Miles Edgeworth, stop beating around the bush and just spit it out already.
I believe that there must have been some reason that the two men suspected of being the Yatagarasu were both killed at the same time.
A reason, huh?
And so, in order to catch Mr. Faraday's and Mr. Rel's cold-blooded killer that we don't know about, I feel that I need to learn as much as I can about the Yatagarasu.
If it will help you solve this case, then I'll tell you. I'll tell you the reason why we've never caught the Yatagarasu.
What was that sudden outburst, Ford? You almost made me zip you by accident.
My outburst is like 1 decibel louder than my normal.
A bit Miles instead.
No! It still accidentally whipped me anyway.
There are 3 main reasons why the Yatagarasu will always be 1 step ahead. First, the Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. Second, the Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. Third, the Yatagarasu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind ever.
I see. So those are the Yatagarasu's special traits.
Sounds like an incredibly elusive thief.
The Yatagarasu has never been caught on tape, never tries to draw anyone's attention, and would never do something as lowbrow as commit murder. That's how I knew that Rail wasn't the real Yatagarasu right away.
But you can't use that sort of logic on its own to prove that he wasn't.
Listen, little girl, I'm not done talking yet. What's different about this time was that evidence related to the smuggling ring was sent to the police. And the sender was none other than the one who infiltrated the Cadopian embassy, the Yatagarasu.
The Yatagarasu sent the evidence.
Until now, the Yatagarasu would always publicize any corrupt dealings through the mass media, but not this time. The evidence this time was something only Faraday and I, and a select few others knew about.
In that case, how can you be so sure that it was the Yatagarasu who sent it?
That's easy. A special card that only the Yatagarasu uses was attached. And that's how I can be so sure.
And just what sort of card is it?
Here, take a look at this article. Whenever the Yatagarasu wants to publicize something, a white card is sent along with the stolen information. But when we questioned Rel about what was sent along with the white card, Rel had no idea what it was.
And that's how Detective Bad knew that Mr. Rel was a phony. Thank you very much. I have a much better understanding of the Yatagarasu now. Bailiff!
Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth, have you found a kid? I've been chasing her for hours.
What kid?
I don't know. The one that was there.
Don't know who you're talking about.
Anyway, what's up?
Yes.
His Honor would like to transfer the evidence from today's trial over to you. So if you could please head over to the courtroom, it'd be much appreciated, sir.
Understood. I'll be there shortly. Detective Bad, what does the law mean to you?
Finding the answer to that question is the only reason I'm still alive.
Damn. I became a prosecutor to find the answer to that question myself. And to play a part in ensuring that all criminals everywhere are to be found guilty.
Oh my god! I put a gun on the fucking table. This is the most epic thing I've ever done. Oh,
Hey
hey,
guys, has
evidence.
anyone noticed that 9/11 is tomorrow?
Oh, shit.
oh, it's you, Mr. Edgeworth. Ah,
Oh. Well, it appears His Honor is still a bit dispirited.
for the first time today, I experienced what it's like to stand at the witness stand. I now have a greater appreciation for just how hard it is to give testimony.
Well, there's no reason for you to be all depressed about it, Your Honor. As a judge, no one expects you to think about anything other than the verdict.
Francisco, there is no need to further depress His Honor.
But I'm not trying to, Miles.
Your Honor.
I'm fucking sad, Judge.
Your Honor, I've come to collect the evidence that was to be transferred to me.
Oh, you want the gun on the thing? That's cool. He?
Yes. Your Honor, the evidence. The evidence? The evidence.
Ah.
Your Honor!
Oh! Yes, how can I help you? Welcome to Burger King.
This isn't Burger King! Judge, that's down the hall. This is the courtroom.
Oh, shit, that's weird that we put them right next to each other. I get them
I know,
confused
right?
sometimes.
I also do. Anyways, evidence. I'd like to collect it now, sir.
Your Honor, do you think you can stay focused long enough to at least do your job?
Yes, I'm sorry. And I would, except the defense attorney has yet to arrive.
She is busy with the investigation, so let's keep this brief, shall we?
Okay, you've convinced me. Very well. In that case, please confirm all the pieces of evidence are present. Furthermore, the evidence that was used in the murders of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell are also included, so please go ahead and use them in your investigation into their case. We're just putting it all out
Understood.
there.
I see that.
I'm tired of looking at nooks and crannies. I just found it all myself.
What? Blasphemy. Blasphemy. This is why I'll never be a prosecutor, Judge.
But yeah, because I'm the fucking judge.
You're correct. These pieces of evidence that were used in the murder of these two men. This could be a very good chance for me to find new leads regarding the case. It may be even something that will finally lead me to the truth. Look at that.
I place all the evidence over at the prosecutor's bench for you.
I see. Thank you very much. I will go and confirm that they are all accounted for.
There's also a fun paper on the other one, but don't look at that yet.
Wait, no,
Oh,
no, wait. It's time.
I don't want to
Wait,
look
no.
at your shit
Damn it.
ever. I'm
No.
so depressed.
Oh, it would appear that the judge is still a bit dispirited, like me when I couldn't straighten my badge.
Stop that! You're being so depressing!
Am I gonna get whipped again?
I just got whipped, I think.
You should listen to her, Your Honor, before things go from bad to worse. Although it can't really get much worse for him other than to be whipped by her. Damn. So this is the evidence related to today's Cadopian embassy trial for Mr. Faraday's bag.
You mean the evidence bag that was on the table in lobby number 2, right?
Yes, finally we can now take a look at the evidence itself and not just data about them. Let's be sure to thoroughly examine them while we have the time.
Agreed. I want to take a good look at all the evidence from the embassy murder, too.
And, why is that?
Because I still don't fully understand what today's trial was about.
Don't point your crop at me just because you don't know something.
And don't you try to order me around just because Papa chose you today.
I see someone is still a bit sore about not being picked by Mr. Von Karma. Oh.
It's also real to see the knife up close.
So we have the knife, the gun, an envelope, and what is this organizer doing here?
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot to tell you.
About, what, Your Honor?
They found Mr. Faraday's personal organizer inside that evidence bag of his. Detective Bad requested to be passed along to you. He said it would help the investigation.
Detective Bad said that.
What a strange stroke of luck.
Well, never look a gift horse in the mouth. We might as well flip through it too. In fact, I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking cranny.
Well, I couldn't stop him from saying that. Damn.
I'm very good. That's why I'm the prosecutor. This gun. Oh my god, look at that gun. It was originally used to kill the Cadopian embassy staff member. When the crime was reported, the responding police found Mr. Rell still holding it, which led to his immediate arrest.
And then, this gun took the original shooter's life. How ironic.
Indeed. There doesn't seem to be anything else we can learn from this piece of evidence.
Nice.
It's the knife that was used to kill Mr. Faraday.
Who would have thought that such a beautiful piece of art could be used for such a cruel act?
It's never crossed your mind that you use your writing crop for the wrong purpose?
You think?
Mr. Faraday's organizer. It appears he was in the habit of using it.
It looks like he wrote his strategy for getting Mr. Red convicted down in here.
Let's take a nice look.
I've
collected the evidence I need to prove Mr. Rell was the killer between the handgun red light on him and when he's arrested and surveillance tape. He's the one. He did it. Well, it appears Mr. Faraday honestly believed that Mr. Rell was the killer in this case. Good. Superb clarity. I have evidence he's not the real Yatagarasu. It would appear that he had proof that Mr. Rell was not the Yatagarasu. As long as I have this key, he sucks. And apparently he had a very definitive piece of evidence. It's long, battle, and... Yes, I believe Mr. Faraday was well prepared to discredit any claim Mr. Rell may have made about being the real Yatagarasu.
And he had a way to prove that Mr. Verde was the guilty party in the embassy murder.
This organizer's a clue straight from Mr. Faraday. I'll have to take my time and give it a thorough read later.
Is there more to it than what I just read?
Not sure.
Look, there's a picture stuck between these pages here.
It appears to be a key.
And a rather ornate one at that. Just look at the design on the handle.
The craftsmanship is superb. Could this be the Yatagarasu's key Mr. Faraday mentioned in his organizer?
The Yatagarasu's key?
Detective Bad said something earlier.
What's different about this time was that evidence related to the smuggling ring was sent to the police. Remember when I said that? The sender was none other than the one who infiltrated the Cadopian embassy. That's right, baby, the Yatagarasu. Holy shit.
No fucking way, the Yatagarasu sent the evidence!
Yeah, it's crazy. Usually Donnie sends that shit to, like, the media and, like, those guys, but this time he didn't.
That's very poggers!
Yeah, I was pretty excited too. It's something only Faraday and I would, like, and some other guys would know about.
Mr. Faraday must have been trying to keep this secret key safe.
As the prosecutor on both the Yatagarasu and smuggling ring cases, that's to be expected. Still, wow, holy shit. Wait a minute, that's odd.
What is it?
Mr. Faraday didn't mention anything about a knife in his organizer.
Oh, the knife is the key. Is it?
I don't fucking know. I just work
Yeah,
here.
no, that's totally the same handle, right? Kind of. That's the same handle, it's just turned. Yeah, okay.
That certainly is odd.
The weapon that was used to kill the Cadopian embassy staff member was the gun. But if that's the case, then where did the knife that was used to murder Mr. Faraday come from?
It's okay, Ashworth, you'll figure it out.
Isn't it obvious? It was brought into the courthouse by Mr. Rell. That's the only logical conclusion, right?
No, because it's not that easy to smuggle a weapon like that in here. Every person who enters the courthouse doors is checked thoroughly for contraband. Wow, that's a little sad, actually. Furthermore, the suspect was handcuffed, making it impossible for him to bring a knife as large as this inside.
In that case, how do you suppose this knife ended up inside the courthouse?
Please don't whip me.
I might.
I need to think carefully here.
To.
Shit. There's nothing related to the knife written anywhere in Mr. Faraday's organizer. However, it is a fact that this knife came from Mr. Faraday's evidence bag. Conversely, there's one item listed in Mr. Faraday's organizer that no one has claimed to have yet seen today. So in order to solve this mystery, I believe I will need to take another good look at the evidence.
I'm way ahead of you, Edgeworth.
Miles Edgeworth, can I take the fact that you have yet to answer me to mean that you don't have an answer for me?
Actually, I do know the answer, Francisca.
Oh, damn it, I was going to whip you. But, then what is it?
Oh, thank God, she was going to whip me. One of the pieces of evidence we've been holding has been hiding a secret of its own. And it was through this piece of evidence that the knife was brought into the courthouse.
Well, I've only had it for like 2 seconds, so now he's making me second guess myself, but it's the fucking key.
Take that! Take that! This Yatagarasu's key Mr. Faraday mentions in his organizer. This is how the knife was brought into the courthouse.
You're not making any sense, Miles Edgeworth. I still might whip you.
Please don't whip me. Well, actually, you won't whip me. You just need to look a little bit closer, Francisca, to see what I mean. Don't the color and ornamentation of the key's handle remind you of anything?
They do remind me of a knife.
Very good. Both the Yatagarasu's key in this photo and the murderous knife have this very unique design on their handles. Furthermore, even though Mr. Faraday mentions the Yatagarasu's key, the only object we found at the crime scene was this knife.
You don't seriously mean to say?
It appears that you finally caught up. And yes, I do mean to say that these two pieces are, in fact, the one and the same.
But that's impossible!
Even if that's what you believe, we should still investigate this possibility. Now then, let's examine this knife in a little more DS detail. Wow, I was right on the money.
Wow.
The Nintendo DS.
Wow.
It's a knife.
It's the weapon that was used to kill Mr. Faraday. The handle and the blade itself both have beautiful designs worked into them.
Look, there's even a flower-shaped design in this gold section here. If this hadn't been used as a tool for murder, I'd want it for myself.
She seems to be drawn to the embellishments. Too bad this isn't mine to give.
Knife.
Wow. Look at this angle.
Holy shit.
Oh. Found it.
I can't believe it turned into a key. To think there was such a trick to this thing.
So the weapon used to kill Mr. Faraday is actually the key the Yatagarasu stole. This piece of information is more critical than anything we've learned up until now. I've updated in my organizer.
Frankly, I'm shocked. I guess I don't get to whip you.
Oh, how wonderful. I don't get whipped today. Mr. Faraday only mentioned the key aspect of this piece of evidence in his organizer. It's possible that even he had no idea the key was hiding a knife blade inside.
But if that's true, then only someone who knew about the key to the knife trick could have killed Mr. Faraday.
Even among law enforcement, this key was top secret. We're looking for someone who knew even more about the key than even Mr. Faraday. Fascinating. Meaning that the only person it could be is the one who set the key in the first place. The great thief Yatagarasu.
then maybe Mr. Red really was the yatagarasu. And he was the one who killed Mr. Faraday. Isn't that one possible scenario?
No, not really. Especially since Mr. Faraday was absolutely convinced that Mr. Rel was not the yatagarasu. Besides, as Detective Bad said earlier,
but when we questioned Rel about what was sent along with the white card, that guy had no idea what the fuck we were talking about.
XD.
I see. Alright then, I guess the person who knows the trick behind this key is someone else, and that person is the real yatagarasu.
But it seems this key is truly the key to solving this case.
Oh, I get that.
I'm so glad you did, and I didn't get whipped for it.
Let's look at this last thing.
I took a quick look through these documents before the trial started. That's how badass I am. I'm fucking Miles Edgeworth.
Well, I wasn't even afforded the opportunity to skim it.
I suppose I should explain it to you then. The docs.
Yes, you should. Perfectly and in its entirety, if you please.
On the night of September 8th, an embassy staff member was killed in front of the embassy.
What was his name, Mr. Edgeworth?
What was his name, Mr. Edgeworth?
That's an excellent question. His name was Dead Man. He died of shock due to being shot in the heart, becoming effectively a dead man. Mac Rel was brought in that night as a suspect and thoroughly questioned. I shouldn't be laughing at this. This is pretty fucked up.
Why are you laughing at a murder, Mr. Edgeworth?
His name is Dead Man, Francisco. Why is his name Dead Man?
Did you know it's dead man in Japanese, too?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Instead of D, it's like Dido or something like that. But
Tito
still.
Man? What the fuck? I can't believe this fucking series, dude. Because the murder weapon was found on him, he was pretty much arrested on the spot.
A simpleton of a man, that's what he was.
Perhaps he was, for the weapon was not the only incriminating evidence we had. Mr. Rel was caught in the act on film by a security camera.
He was an even bigger simpleton than I thought.
Yeah, he was pretty stupid.
I can't believe he didn't notice a security camera.
The Godopian embassy security system is supposedly very well designed. He may have simply not been aware that there was a camera in the area, but I still think he's fucking stupid.
So, have you seen the contents of the video for yourself?
Yes, the surveillance video the security camera took was played during the trial by Mr. Faraday. You can clearly identify Mr. Rel on it. Even the sound of the gunshot is very crystal clear.
So the footage included sound, huh? I don't think I'd ever want to see the moment of someone's death in real life.
Me neither. Wait, that's odd. We're short one piece of evidence. And the piece that's still missing is the surveillance video that was played in court. Where the hell is it?
The surveillance video? How could a piece of evidence just disappear? Where could it go?
The video showing the moment in which Mr. Rel committed the murder. Where could it have gone indeed?
Are you done with your inspection of the evidence? You've been over there for like 10 minutes.
Yes, I'm finished. However, Your Honor, I am missing a single piece of prosecutorial evidence.
Your Honor, were you derelict in your duties?
What? No, I dare not lick my duties. What do you take me for?
No, Your Honor. The most important piece of evidence in today's trial, the video. The surveillance video. It's not amongst the evidence you've laid out for me.
But I brought Mr. Faraday's whole bag with me from the crime scene. Maybe the tape is still somewhere at the crime scene? I don't fucking get it.
There's something horribly wrong here. Something about this missing piece of evidence. It would appear that for me to find the answers I seek, I really need to pay another visit to the scene of the crime. Defendant lobby number 2.
We're headed back.
We're going back to the past.
Oh.
What? Oh, what the fuck?
Interesting.
Llama 2 Gaming.
Finally, a different character.
That's Detective Bad. Wait, who's he with?
I've never seen that officer before.
So, did you find it?
No, not yet. I've looked everywhere.
I see. Well then, please continue with the search. I'm dropping frames on Twitch. One sec. My frames came back okay. I was making sure that we were still on.
Can't believe the streamer's dropping frames on twitch.tv.
Understood. I'll continue the search. So you're the one running this show. Prosecutors like you shouldn't even be allowed at crime scenes.
How dare you! Just who do you think you... Hey, you can't just leave!
Oh, I'm just leaving. Fuck you.
What
Fucking
the fuck?
pissy ass bitch.
What was that all about? And who was that man just now? Detective Bad!
Whoever he was, I'd never seen a more impudent officer in my life.
Does he even know that we're standing right behind him? Wait, of course he does. He has a mirror.
I know you're standing right behind me. I have a mirror. What do you want, kids?
It looks like you were paying attention after all.
Of course I was. I have eyes in the back of my head.
So that mirror isn't for vanity's sake. It's for him to keep an eye out on who or what is behind him at all times. So tell me then, Detective Bad, who was that rather rude man just now talking to you?
A guy came here from the Republic of Zangfa to study. He's Agent Lang. He's trying everything he can to revive the lost honor of his family. He's traveling the world to study different philosophies of entertainment from scratch.
Oh, holy shit. By visiting various police departments around the world? There's a lot of dedication.
He's still just a rude cop, but I sense a strong grudge of some sort from him.
Wow, really?
More useful than Gumshoe, even if he isn't rude and asked about my persona at least twice.
Well, he sure has a lot of guts to come to this country and give prosecutors a hard time.
I sure hope he doesn't ask me about my persona. But I do agree. Well, however, I can think of one young lady that statement also applies to. Anyway, what was that agent looking for, Detective Bad?
Earlier, that little girl was poking around in lobby number 1 as well.
Like I said before, it's got nothing to do with the two of you.
Well, I hardly doubt that has nothing to do with me. Fine, if this is the game I must play, then I'll take this opportunity to draw what he's been hiding and what happened to this room straight from him. Oh, I thought we were arguing again. Earlier you were in lobby number 1, and now you're here in lobby number 2. You're quite the busy man, Detective Bad.
They are like 10 steps away from each other.
It's still pretty far.
You
That's
were
10
in defended
steps.
lobby number 1, and then you went to the courtroom, and now you're here in lobby number 2. You're a busy
It took a lot of
man.
walking.
dipshit.
You're right. Fuck you.
Multiple returns to a crime scene brings about success. That's what we detectives say.
I see. In that case, you wouldn't mind if I asked about what happened again, correct?
I don't have anything left to say to you, boy.
Boy! You will see. I will draw my answer from you one way or the other.
Would it kill you to help us even a tiny bit in our investigation?
I gave Faraday's notebook to the judge earlier. That's help enough, don't you think?
Please, we are asking you for just a little bit of your cooperation. Just a bit more.
Don't push me, kid.
I'd like to ask once again about what happened around here at the time of the crime.
I refuse to answer. Any more investigating you do will be a waste of time. Besides, how am I supposed to answer questions about things I don't know about?
Things you don't know about? But aren't you supposed to know everything?
He should. Wait, is it possible? Maybe he doesn't know about the trick behind that piece of evidence. I should try showing it to him. It may prove to be the key to getting some answers from Detective Bad for once.
Every time you show me something, it's dumb as hell.
Yeah, well, this isn't dumb as hell here, so check this shit out, Detective Bad. Did you know of this existence of this item in this photograph?
Of course I did. It's my job to know everything related to the Yatagarasu case.
In that case, please, let me ask you something. Did you know that the knife that killed Mr. Faraday and this Yatagarasu key are one and the same?
What? That's impossible.
Looks like he didn't know after all.
That piece of evidence, or this piece of evidence, which we call the Yatagarasu's key, it's actually a well-camouflaged knife. Mr. Faraday was planning to use this Yatagarasu key to prove that Mr. Rel was not the real Yatagarasu. Isn't that correct?
I guess so.
However, Mr. Faraday had no idea, in fact, that it was in fact a knife.
Yeah, I have to admit, neither one of us knew that fact. And if neither one of us knew, then no one in law enforcement knew either. How do we miss something as big as this?
I noticed that since a little while ago, you appear to be searching for something. I presume that this key is what you were searching for.
Yeah, that's right.
And why were you searching for it?
Because I promised Faraday. I promised that I'd protect that key with my life. But after he was killed, the key disappeared from Faraday's evidence bag. Who would have thought that the key is what took Faraday's life?
Detective Bad. So that we may find the truth, please testify for me once more.
Alright. But it doesn't matter how many times I tell you about what happened. Nothing will change.
Maybe something will change here. Detective Bad. I please ask that you testify once more about what happened in lobby number 2 and what you experienced in lobby number 1.
My answer is still the same. This is the last time I'm going to do this.
That's fine, because I only need this one last time to clear everything up. And find the truth behind this case. We are arguing now.
I'm just kind of speaking. I was in lobby number 1, talking with you, the person, not Edgeworth.
Oh, thank you.
We were talking about some trivial things. And I heard the gunshot, right before the trial was about to reconvene. And when we heard it, you, the person, and I immediately dashed into the hallway together. I saw Gumshoe goofing around there, then we all ran into lobby number 2. Holy shit, it's Francisco von Karma, what the fuck?
Sure is! That's my name. Don't let it out. Aren't I the best? Detective Bat.
That shit's
Oh, wait, shit. I see that in the chat. I just looked over at the chat. That's awesome. It sounds like the exact same story it told us before.
I look like Sephiroth. One-Winged Angel begins playing. Because we have yet to draw out all the information that we can. Francisco von Karma in the chat, and me, Sephiroth.
Why wasn't I included?
Because you're a bitch.
Anyway,
Kept
just
belittling
scream
us.
at me already.
Hold it!
Okay.
I'm screaming at you. Why did Miss Yu choose lobby number 1? Answer me.
Who knows? She just said that she had something she wanted to talk to me about. We walked into lobby number 1 together. That's all.
So his answer remains the same as before, I see. Hold it! I was hoping you can expand on what exactly you were discussing with Miss Yu.
Trivial stuff. It was nothing important.
That's for me to decide because I'm the prosecutor. It's Sephiroth. Alright, I suppose that's for him to decide. I miss Gumshoe. Moving on now.
That guy's still in jail, I guess.
Not to worry, sir. They're just interrogating me forcefully.
Hold it! Until you heard the gunshot, did you notice anything else that was out of the ordinary, like Gumshoe being interrogated in jail?
I think he was eating, like, cupcakes or something. I didn't hear any other strange sounds until that gunshot.
If the gunshot Detective Bad heard was really the one from the murder, that would give that other piece of evidence an entirely different meaning. Wow, holy shit. I ask that you please amend your testimony with that statement just now.
Sure. I didn't hear any other strange sounds till that gunshot.
Hold it! Detective Bad, you honestly don't remember hearing anything else?
Yeah.
Is it possible you were so involved in your conversation that you missed something?
I've been a detective for a long time, and even if I were involved in something, I've got quite the habit of keeping tabs on everything that goes on around me. If there had been some other strange sound, you could be sure I would have heard it.
I suppose for this detective, that's probably very likely.
So the gunshot. When we talked, shit happened.
Hold it! What kind of shit? And why did the two of you dash out into the hallway straight away?
Because we clearly heard the sound of a gunshot. And we knew it came from somewhere nearby.
And how did you know it was a gunshot?
In my line of work, you hear enough of them to know.
I suppose it's only natural for a detective to know what a real gunshot sounds like. Uh-oh.
But given the circumstances, the only person I could think of whose life would have been in danger was Faraday. That's why I ran out to the hallway right away and headed for where he was. Gumshoe was goofy.
Gumshoe goofy? Detective Gumshoe was goofy and there in the hallway.
Yeah.
I'm just so goofy, sir.
He's just so goofy, sir. Why didn't you just attest to that earlier?
When I saw Gumshoe, it was after I had heard the gunshot. Having seen him then didn't change the fact that he still could have done the deed.
It sounds exactly like what Detective Bad told us before, however.
Is there something in particular we should be asking the detective about?
There just might be. No one knew that the knife is actually the Yatagarasu's key. Reflecting on that, perhaps there are other things that we know now, but Detective Bad doesn't yet. Yes, that should be my angle of attack.
I need to look at my evidence again for realsies. We added a statement, so I gotta look at that first. I didn't hear any other sounds until that gunshot. Okay, let's look at my shit. Like, I've gotten a lot of things. Knife is secretly a key, but that shouldn't make a noise. Gun. Dead. Fountain pen.
Pen.
Bloody bag. $5.
I like how you're using your bad voice for this.
He didn't hear any other strange sounds, which means he didn't hear the balloon pop.
Oh, that's true.
That's true. He didn't hear his
Yeah,
nephew.
Yeah,
His niece
I'll go
getting
with
owned.
that first. I don't know if it's what it's looking for, but because he doesn't know about the key, but the key doesn't make a noise, so.
Objection!
Yeah,
Objection.
okay.
Yes. Gumshoe helped me with this one. Detective Bad, does this balloon fragment remind you of anything?
It's the same color as the one Kay was holding.
Oh, so you knew about that girl's balloon?
Yeah, I was sitting with her up in the gallery. During the recess, just before we split up, I filled that balloon up for her.
Well, as you may have already surmised, this piece did, in fact, come from Kay's balloon.
So, what about the balloon?
I wonder if you might remember hearing this balloon pop at some point.
What are you getting at?
This fragment was found in the hallway right in front of lobby number 2. Furthermore, it was the sound of this balloon popping that the judge mistook as a gunshot.
Oh, so the sound that the judge heard was not actually a gunshot, huh?
On top of that, His Honor said that he heard the balloon pop. About 20 minutes before the trial was to reconvene.
Yes, which means His Honor heard the balloon pop in the hallway when you were in lobby number 1, Detective Bad.
Oh, okay. I think I get how this was set up a little bit better now. Okay, I'm gonna keep that to myself in case I'm crazy wrong. But I think I get it.
And if you were in lobby number 1 at that time,
Delightfully convoluted, Seymour.
you were close enough that you should have heard the balloon popping as well.
But I've been wrong before. I said like mirrors and shit for like the restaurant case. So.
E-case.
So.
Don't give me a so.
We just proved that there is a flaw in your testimony.
The crackling of the truth is louder than the sound of your sweet naivete cracking. And since you kids don't seem to know, let me fill you in on something. Did you ever stop to think why the doors and walls of this place seem so rugged? That's because they were designed to keep secrets from being leaked.
Hold it.
Hold it! What is that supposed to mean?
The doors and walls are super thick. The window panes are double layered. To top it all off, even the curtains are made of a special sound-absorbing material.
Wait, then you mean...
Since I was shut up inside lobby number 1, there was no way I could have heard that sound.
No!
Ugh. I knew that's what he was going to say.
Since that means that Scruffface's testimony is completely useless. If the rooms are soundproof, then of course he wouldn't hear any sign of a struggle.
No!
That's also why it's only natural that I didn't hear the balloon popping. Now do you get it, kids?
Miles! I thought we were supposed to be the ones finding flaws in his logic. Not the other way around.
The other way around. Wait. It's not possible to hear the sound of a balloon popping if one were in lobby number 1. However, if we examine the situation in reverse, like a certain friend I'll meet later on, a person standing in the hallway should not be able to hear the real gunshot either. And yet Detective Gumshoe claims to have heard it while he was standing in the hallway. Detective Bad. If this is the case, how exactly did you hear the gunshot?
What do you mean, how? I just did.
Well, it would appear that you have yet to realize the contradiction in your own words.
No. How so?
If the rooms are as soundproof as you say they are, then how did the sound of the gunshot enter your ears?
I see what you mean. I guess I'm more out of it from Faraday's murder than I had thought.
Which means what exactly, Miles? In the end, what does it all boil down to?
Because all the windows are open? The window in the hallway was open, this window was open, and the window in the other lobby was open. So if the gunshot came from outside, it would carry? Question marks?
It boils down to this. There must be a reason. The one that Streamer's thinking about really hard about. As to how detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard a gunshot they theoretically couldn't have.
Looks like we need to examine the state of the crime scene again, huh?
The state of the crime scene. Wait, can it be?
You said ultra strong perfume you were the person where she spilled some of it.
Logic box.
Holy shit.
Ah! And way too noisy.
Logic box.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Surveillance video.
This is what I thought.
Piece of evidence disappeared.
Logic box.
I was on the other side of the courtroom for some reason.
I'm in logic mode now. We're doing this.
I guess
Good luck,
flowers
streamer.
of the perfume went through.
It's simply not possible for the killer to have escaped through barred windows.
While I put
yet the-
Paz's moment, I'm getting up for just a sec.
Ah, gotcha. And yet the fragrance of the perfume managed to escape from defendant lobby number 1. Of course! Incorporeal things can move freely behind these, or through these open barred windows. Logic box
Incorporeal things like sound.
Like sound, maybe. Looks like the streamers figured it out.
Logic box. Now then, what else besides the smell can go both in and out an open barred window?
I like Edgeworth's really over-the-top wording in this game. It's like the real murder weapon, fall damage, incorporeal things that go through windows, sound.
Sound! But I say it nicer because I'm nice like that. The answer is sound! So no matter how careful the killer was, if the windows were open, the jig would be up. And since the windows in both defendant lobby number 1 and the hallway were open, that explains how the sound of a gunshot could be heard in both locations.
The logic box again. Look at all this logic box we're
Wow.
doing.
I was right, by the way. I was thinking like the videotape was the gunshot. Only in the last 20 minutes, by the way. I'd like not throughout like this whole case. Like in the last 20 minutes, I was like, oh wait a minute, I think
The
I get it.
streamer used the logic in order to make the deduction.
I'm so smart.
It's pretty sick.
I'm so
It is. It is really cool.
But the missing piece of evidence is a video.
Wow.
That shows the moment in which Mr. Rell killed the embassy staff member, dead man. The sound of a gunshot bang left quite an impression on me when it was played during the trial. That's how I remembered it. The video should have been returned to Mr. Faraday's evidence bag for the recess. And brought back here. If it disappeared after that time, then it's possible that the tape is still here in this room. Eureka! The evidence that the missing evidence created for me is the gunshot sound that no one should have been able to hear in the first place.
Whoa. That bass line just went fucking crazy. Did you guys hear that?
Miles, what have you been thinking about?
I just thought about that bass line and how fucking insane it went. Did you hear that, Francisca?
No, I actually didn't.
It just kind of went bueno. It was like the remix.
Yeah, it was like dropping some hot bars, Francisca. It was kind of epic.
God damn. Stop wasting time thinking and let's start looking again.
It's not a waste of time to think, for I have figured out where we should look.
And wherever that be.
I believe we should examine the television.
The TV. Well, you kids have fun. Go ahead and examine whatever you like.
Investigation. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
Oh.
I love saying this line. The window is wide open.
The scent of flowers is being blown in from the outside. I think it softens the heavy air in here somewhat.
Windows in both lobby number 1 and lobby number 2 were opened.
Maybe they were trying to air out the room, just like in lobby number 1. Or maybe they sought to ease some of the tension to the fresh air.
With Mr. Faraday and Mr. Earl in the same room, I imagine the latter to be the case. Was there really a need to open the window just for that? Earlier, when Detective Gumshoe touched this, it made the most terrible racket.
You mean when Scruffy turned the television on, right?
Actually, come to think of it, I don't think Detective Gumshoe actually touched the television at all. Furthermore, it seemed more like when a video feed suddenly stops. At least it did to me.
I wonder why that is.
It's a video player, and there seems to be a videotape inside.
It looks like it. The tape must have stopped on its own when it reached the end.
This tape. Could it not be the missing surveillance tape?
I suppose.
Why is the TV brand called Blunt?
It's really high up in resolution, streamer.
Blunt.
Detective Bad, would it be alright with you if I verified the contents of this video?
Sure. Knock yourself out.
Alright, then let's rewind this and see what we have.
Oh yeah, it's rewind time.
If I remember correctly, the footage of Rail killing the embassy staff member should be at about the 30-minute mark from the start of the tape.
Understood. This should be about right. Now then, let's see. Bang!
Huh? This is the footage of Mr. Rel shooting the embassy staff member.
I knew it. The missing piece of evidence, the surveillance video. It was right here all along. What?
It's especially memorable.
The video. Now we know it has a gun in it.
Sound. What's the meaning of this?
It appears that Detective Bad has figured out the true source of the gunshot he heard. With this, I think we can figure out the trick behind this double murder.
Do you mean that you figured it all out, Zen?
Well, I figured it out as soon as she said one sus thing. She said the most sus thing you do in a double murder.
I haven't figured it out yet, but I think the streamer's like 10 steps ahead. Good for them. Good for them. But now, all we have to do now is to show what the gunshot Detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard was. And through where they heard it from.
Fine. In that case, show me what you've deduced.
Bless you. Now to show what gunshot Detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard was. And through where they heard it from.
Oh, we're just spilling it out.
I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Hi. I just,
They
just
heard it
gets
through
me.
here, and it was the tape, I guess is what I'm doing.
Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I now hold? I don't know, streamer.
Eureka!
Eureka! If the door and windows to the crime scene, namely this room we're in, were closed, the killer could have used the gun, and no one would have been the wiser.
That's true. This courthouse does seem to be well designed for such a thing, as it were.
However, what happened in reality was Detective Gumshoe, Detective Bad, and Miss Yu, all three of them heard the gunshot.
Well, the window in lobby number 1, number 2, and the hallway were open. So naturally, the people in those locations could hear it.
Ah. But then, why would the criminal open the window in the first place?
To allow the gunshot to be heard, I suppose.
Correct. That's the only logical conclusion we can draw from this.
Why was that necessary in the first place? I want a real answer, Miles. I demand satisfaction.
Very well. I believe that the killer wanted to manipulate our perception of a certain fact. What was it that the killer wanted to manipulate our perception of?
When?
The killer wanted to fabricate the time of death to their precise wishes. And they used the gunshot in the surveillance video to do so.
Bang. With other theme objection.
So that's why the tape was worth running.
The gunshot I heard was from this video.
Yes, which means that the murders really occurred at an earlier time than we thought.
Oh shit.
I agree. It must have been during the recess, but before Detective Gumshoe was on guard duty. Someone who has no alibi for that time period. Who could be? And planned this crime out in advance. That person is the real killer.
Oh, I need some good
Investigation
bone
complete.
juice.
The bone juice is healed.
Oh hey, it's me, the bailiff, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, what is it?
Miss Yu is asking for you. She's in the courtroom. She says that she's identified the murderer, but she wants to clarify something.
It looks like Miss Yu is still investigating something.
Understood. Please tell her that I will be right over.
Oh, come along. I want to hear what she has to say.
It would appear that the time has come to uncover the truth.
Oh, I can't believe it. I wonder what the culprit's gonna be.
I think it's Detective Bad.
You're right, actually.
That's
I knew it was you,
pretty
Detective Bad.
He's just pretending to not know what you're talking about.
Wow, the save file says who it is. It's kind
That's unfortunate.
of crazy.
I know, right?
It's like, in case you haven't solved it. Oh, it's been a busy couple hours.
Ding. Ding.
I've been put in timeout.
You've been put in timeout, Kay.
I'm out of it!
Kay, wait, what are you doing here?
Oh, hello, mister. I'm still investigating.
But the object you're looking for is already...
Hold it. Okay. Don't mind him. Please continue with your investigation. Okay, you got it. See ya, bitches!
Detective Bad, haven't we already found what you were looking for?
If it means I can keep her in the dark just a little longer, any little task will do.
Oh, you're more sympathetic than I thought.
I'm gonna go hang out over here, I guess. You guys
Did this man hang out?
You guys don't have to go behind the stands. You don't. This is an actual trial.
This is an actual trial now, Detective Bad. Get with the program.
I hate all of you. Just whatever. Just do it.
I've been waiting for you, Edgeworth.
I see you have. I've also been waiting for the moment in which we can finally lay this case to rest.
The moment in which we can finally lay this case to rest. Wasn't that when we placed Detective Gumshoe under arrest? I think we've more than solved this case already. Don't you?
We'll see. It all depends on whether or not your logic holds.
Oh, I see we even have a viewer in the gallery. And, even Mr. Bad is here.
Yeah, did you not see me?
A viewer in the gallery? I'm hardly just a bystander.
I have a duty to see this case through to the end, no matter how it turns out.
Oh, is that right? Anyway, I thought you might like to hear what I've slaved away to find out. I've taken statements on every single person's movements during the time when our suspect was in the hallway. I also confirmed that there's no possible route of escape from lobby number 2. Therefore, the killer must without a doubt be Detective Gumshoe.
And that's all you have?
Yeah, that's all there is to my conclusion and this case.
Sorry, but I beg to differ. In a trial, there's always time for rebuttal, and we are standing in a court of law. It'd be more than appropriate to follow the rules of court in this case, don't you think?
How absolutely like a rookie to think such a thing. But alright, I'll play along and give you a proper testimony.
My logic is correct, then I've already won. All I have to do now is to prove it by showing who the real killer is.
We're arguing.
We're arguing. Everyone, sans the suspect, has an alibi for when the gun went off.
Undertale?
Is the suspect now.
Holy shit.
Furthermore, the areas around the crime scene have all been thoroughly investigated, right? I also confirm that there's no possible escape route from lobby number 2. Which leaves us with one unshakable conclusion, that Detective Gumshoe is the killer. Now that you have your testimony, I expect a good rebuttal, Edgeworth.
But of course. There is no need to confront your logic head-on right now. I should just instead focus on drawing out any trump card she has up her sleeve.
sans
Hold
the
it!
suspect.
Hold it, Sans Undertale! The suspect? I thought that Detective Gumshoe's alibi has already been proven.
Are you joking, Edgeworth?
I assure you this is no joke!
Look, I know you heard from the judge earlier that the detective was in the hallway with Mr. Faraday's daughter eating a Swiss roll.
Yes, that is correct.
But see, that was 20 minutes before the real gunshot went off, right?
Oh shit.
And the problem is, there's no one else who can corroborate what he did since the snacking.
I see she's done her research well. Which means that I should focus on drawing out whatever trump card she's withholding.
Draw out my trump card, Edgeworth.
I'll draw out the last pathetic card if it's the last pathetic thing I do. Whether they have been thoroughly investigated or not is for me to decide.
The scrunched eyebrows and the lines on your forehead are back. Anyway, if you believe it hasn't been exhaustive, the crime scene, lobby number 2, has no way out other than the hallway Detective Gumshoe was standing in. And because he claimed to be there, that makes him the only possible suspect.
But isn't it also possible that someone escaped through a window and into the garden? Edgeworth, you stupid fucker.
That's the first place everyone looked, silly. The police aren't a bunch of lazy bums. They looked into every possibility, you know. Isn't that right, Mr. Bad?
Yeah. There wasn't
That's
a
right,
scrap
Mr.
of
Bad's on
evidence.
my side now.
There's just no middle spot to stand.
Betrayed me, Mr. Bad.
Oh my god, I don't fucking like any of you. There wasn't a scrap of evidence to suggest someone used one of the windows. Except Kay, I think she's pretty cool. There also weren't any footprints or anything in the courtyard garden.
I suppose they really did check everything that could be, well, relevant to the case.
What?
No escape.
I'm sorry, I
Hold it!
thought I got baffled because we talked
Hold
about
it?
escape.
Are you absolutely positive that there are no possible routes of escape?
Of course, I'm sure.
And why are you so certain?
This is a courthouse, the place where criminals are brought to be judged. If there was an escape route, I'm sure every criminal would be using it to escape. It's just common sense.
Miles Edgeworth, I suggest you use a bit more of it in the future. I mean, the video now.
The delay technique returned.
Get hit by my delayed technique.
How are you a master of this technique?
Hold it!
Hold it. You may think it's unshakable, but to me there are still too many unanswered questions. For example, who was it that placed the gun in Mr. Faraday's hand?
But you're the only one still wondering that. Detective Gumshoe probably had no idea which hand Mr. Faraday used to write with.
Bless you.
Even if you know someone, it doesn't mean you'll know which hand they write with, right? Mr. Edgeworth, which hand do you write with? Never mind, that's directly contradictory to the line I'm saying right now. Shit, I'm out of character. Help me.
No, it's okay. Listen, you can say that. What you were mocking me. I appreciate the mockery.
Yeah, never mind. I don't care about your hands, Edgeworth. Cut them off.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to do it right now. Francisca, get me the yatagarasu knife.
Okay, that went a little off topic there. I certainly don't care about that thing.
Wait,
It's okay, it was just a joke. It was just a prank, bro.
Okay, I'm pretty concerned. I'm glad you clarified that.
It was a prank. No, I wasn't fitting in. God damn it.
It's just a little bit of lawyer humor.
I see. Fucking idiots.
Bit of gallows humor, if you will.
Yeah. What he said.
You don't look very impressed, Detective Bad.
I never am.
Oh. Well,
I'm not very impressed either, Miles Edgeworth.
I'm trying my best. Well, I'm not letting. What's up?
I don't think you are, but can continue.
God damn it. Well, I'm not going to let her get a rise out of me with such a flippant statement. I haven't been saying bullshit myself. I suppose we've really reached the end now. I already have my trump card ready. All that remains is for me to play it. But before I do, I think I should inquire into a little something about her argument. You said earlier that you confirmed the alibis of every person other than the suspect. However, I don't really recall either Francisca or myself speaking with you about the suspect.
Ah, but there were witnesses. For you, there is your mentor who gave you an alibi.
I see.
As for the little missy, she came to the courthouse during the recess. And was stopped by a security guard at the door to the hallway. She gave him quite a whipping for that, or so I heard.
I'm the daughter of Manfred von Karma, and I will not be forcibly stopped by a guard, or bailiff, or anyone else.
Wait, so basically the only reason Francisca bothered to show up today was because she found out that I was to be the replacement prosecutor? By the way, Monsieur, what about everyone's alibis before Detective Gumshoe was assigned to guard duty?
What about them?
Have you looked into what people were doing during that span of time?
What kind of idiot do you take me for? It doesn't matter when the killer went into lobby number 2. From the time we heard the gunshot, to the time Mr. Bad and I arrived on the scene as we dashed from lobby number 1. The only person who could have committed the crime was Detective Gumshoe.
Yes. Let's talk about when you and Detective Bad heard that gunshot, shall we? I suppose that if we go by your logic, then Detective Gumshoe is the only one. However, well, what if the crime had occurred at an entirely different time than when that gunshot you heard went off? What then?
Eh?
That gunshot was a trap meant to manipulate
Objection. Sadly, your explanation is very lacking, Edgeworth. The gunshot heard in lobby number 1. Care to explain how that could have been fabricated?
Take that!
Holy shit.
That tape?
Oh my god. she
I'm
gets
doing
speed makeup.
I'm speed running my makeup now.
Why are you speedrunning the makeup now?
To look like I'm not nervous, obviously.
Oh, that makes sense. Well, guess that this is exactly what you think it is. This is the surveillance tape of Mr. Rell, the prosecution, presented in today's trial. This was found loaded in the video player in lobby number 2. That was connected to the large television that we had, that had its volume turned all the way up.
You can't honestly mean that the sound we heard was the gunshot in the video.
But I do, which leads me to my next point. The murders occurred much earlier than when anyone else heard the gunshot.
Eh?
And that's the only thing I can think of too. I'm on
After
your side
committing
now.
double homicide. Oh my
See,
god,
I
you're on
don't-
my side
I
now.
don't take sides, that's what I was saying. That's just what's convenient.
Oh. The killer took the surveillance video out from Mr. Faraday's evidence bag, turned the television's volume all the way up, and left the video to play. If played from the beginning, it would take 30 minutes for the gunshot sound to come on. And since we now know that this method of time manipulation is possible, it opens up the possibility that the killer is someone other than Detective Gumshoe.
Objection!
Objection. Sounds from a television doesn't amount to much here. But of course, Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth and little Miss Von Karma already knew that much from the very beginning, right?
Of course we know. Didn't we, Miles?
Yes, of course. We know about the soundproof quality of this courtroom's rooms. Of course, I'm not about to admit that we had no idea until only a little while ago, and we had to ask Detective Bad.
That's right. And if the rooms are soundproof, then we should not have been able to hear it. And yet, we heard the gunshot clear as day. And that's it. End of story.
You're right there. But well, it's not. But it's not.
Eh?
How should I explain why she was able to hear a gunshot from a soundproof room?
There was a hole in the wall.
There was a hole in the wall.
There is a hole in the wall. There is actually one common point between lobby number 1 and lobby number 2. And that is that despite the fact that both rooms have their air conditioners installed, a window was open in each.
Eh?
Now we know that the window in lobby number 2 was opened by the killer. However, a window in lobby number 1 was also opened.
Objection!
Objection. It's probably just coincidence that they were both open at the same time.
Objection!
Objection! It was no mere coincidence, I assure you. Why was the window open in lobby number 1? The answer is that a certain person did something to cause the window to be opened. And that person who triggered that action, that person is the real guilty party my theme's playing. The real killer in this double murder is... Oh boy, I wonder who it could be.
It was
Yay.
Dead Man.
It was Dead Man. It was Dead Man.
Maybe.
You only get a little bone
longest
hurting.
time.
What's the worst that happened?
I'm not gonna get unique dialogue. It's gonna say you're wrong, idiot.
Take that!
Take that. Miss Callisto, you. I hereby formally indict you of the murder of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell.
Oh my god, that wasn't even me. Holy shit.
What? Sorry. I was looking at it and I was like,
Damn your makeup.
Damn, holy shit.
You indict me?
are you serious, Miles? Why do you think she's the killer?
I don't really understand her motive just yet. But of course I'm serious. Because she's the only one who could have done it. Well, Miss Yu, do you feel like laughing now?
Yeah, of course I do, Edgeworth.
My argument must not be tight enough yet.
Although I never thought things would spiral into this. But I'll have you know I'm enjoying this dance quite a bit. I guess this means it's time for my own rebuttal now, right?
Argument 2.
She did it, I guess.
You argue that the window was opened. However, do you have any proof that it was I who did that? Furthermore, do you have proof that the tape was used in committing the crime? Frankly, I'm shocked at you for going around accusing people of murder like this. Especially with logic as full of holes as yours.
This is where it really starts. I mustn't let my guard down for even a second, or the truth will blow away. Now is the time to put the patented Von Karma perfect proof to the test. Oh, that just feels weird. That just feels wrong to say.
Patented.
I guess. Hold it.
Open window.
Evidence. All I need to do is have some prints analyzed and we'd know straight away.
Be my guest.
She sounds as though she has the room to maneuver, which means even if we were able to lift prints, they'd only show that it was someone else. But why that someone else was forced to... Oh, shit. Or wait. Wait, no, I read this line wrong. Why that someone else was forced to open the window? That's simple logic. Why don't I try presenting that piece of evidence? I have nothing to lose. I thought it was like a trap or something.
What's wrong? The scrunched eyebrows, lines on your forehead, they're all bad. More importantly, are you going to be okay not running a fingerprint analysis?
Yes, I'll be fine.
Oh, well in that case, I'll just continue with my testimony, alright?
I guess I'm going back to there later.
Hold it!
Hold it. I thought I just proved that it was.
Sure, you proved that the tape was there at the scene of the crime. However, that doesn't prove that it was actually used in said crime.
Fortunately for you, Miss Yu, the fact that the tape was there at the crime scene is in itself very important.
How so?
By the very existence of that tape at the crime scene. It proves the possibility that the when of the crime could have been fabricated. And that possibility alone renders all alibis and witness reports irrelevant. Basically, it means that we will need to re-examine every person's movements again. Now, whether the tape was used in the crime or not, that we can re-evaluate afterwards.
The song is so hype.
It really is.
So in conclusion, you're admitting that you can't prove that it was who... Yeah, what? Okay, that line's a little confusing. So in conclusion, you're admitting that you can't prove that it was at this point. Accusing.
Hold it! I'm accusing you. Even if you're shocked, that is of no concern to me. I do things my own way. I'm simply listening to what the streamer said.
Oh.
I see that you're not laughing for a change.
Because I'm shocked.
Again, you being shocked is of no concern to me. Let us continue with the testimony.
Aha! Alright, but let me just say one thing. You shouldn't go around accusing people.
Okay. Oh, this is a segue.
Hold it. Whoa, nice segue. Full of holes. Well, I suppose it might be.
Oh, admitting to your faults now, are we?
At this point in time, is what I meant to say.
Should I take that to mean you're just a sore loser?
No matter how full of holes my logic may be right now, if I plug them one at a time, I will ultimately make my way to the truth.
What a paradox. Take care not to fall into one of those holes before you fill it up.
Miles, you remember, don't you? About via window in lobby number 1 was open?
Yes, of course I do.
You just like hitting press on every statement.
I really like pressing press on every pressing statement. And that's how I'll attack. I'll present the reason why the window had to be opened.
Window. Open.
Window, window,
Open window.
Window, window,
The window. The boss blind from Balatro. Oh
Objection.
shit.
That's right, boss blind. Here's my boss evidence. I'm sure you've seen this before, haven't you, monsieur?
Edgeworth, I never knew you were into wearing that kind of perfume. It's not exactly what I'd recommend for boys, you know?
This is not... It's not mine. This is not my perfume.
That's right, it's mine, and I received it from Detective Bad, you see.
Monsieur, you can pretend all you like, but we know at least this much is for sure. That you are the one who gave this bottle of perfume to Detective Bad.
And that you're super easy to rile up. So, what about the perfume?
While you were in lobby number 1, you made a big show of spilling some of this perfume. That's according to Detective Bad. He's over here now.
Oh, I know.
You also knew that if you spilt it, he would naturally move to open a window.
Objection!
Objection. Come now, I've already told you that's all just a big coincidence. After we open the lobby in number 1, it...
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
My computer just had a stroke.
Is it okay?
I think so. Is my Discord
Yeah.
working?
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Alright, let's try again.
Okay.
After we opened the window in lobby number 1, I just left it open, you
Like
know?
the sound in my game cut out. Like I don't know what just happened.
It's scary.
So maybe it was just dumb luck that we heard the gunshot through the window.
Objection!
Objection. The timing of when you were going to spill the perfume is something you could control. And the most important fact about this case is when the people were made to hear the shot. Furthermore, it would have been pointless if you didn't have an alibi for yourself at the time.
You mean?
Miss you were the one who called Detective Bad into lobby number 1. When you saw him bring Detective Gumshoe into the hallway. Is that correct? All of today's premeditated events could have only been thought up by you, Miss you.
Ha 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 ha. You accuse me of murder on the fact that I spilled a little perfume. Well, allow me to say this much. I couldn't have killed Mr. Faraday.
Would you care to testify as to why?
Look, I've had a lot of fun today, really. But I grow weary of this game of cat and mouse. Let's make this the last testimony and wrap up this absurd case once and for all.
The last testimony.
Why, it couldn't be me. I accusing someone of murder over a spilled bottle of perfume is a bit over the top. But I suppose foreign evidence is to be expected of a disciple of Von Karma. In any case, it simply could not have been me who killed Mr. Faraday. After all, I don't even know where the knife that was used to kill him came from.
Miles, her testimony is flawless.
Yes. But no matter what sort of trick she may try to pull, she won't escape me. And if I'm lacking in information, I'll just draw it out of her.
Well,
What if I
technically,
just walked out right now? What would you do then?
technically
I would
she
sue.
shouldn't know, but she probably does. She has to say something to implicate herself of knowing more about the yatagarasu.
Hold it!
Hold it. I think I already explained the significance of that earlier.
You'll confirm that I did spill for some perfume. But that's all. That you would accuse me of murder based on a simple spill? Don't you dare complain when I sue you for defamation of character.
Do as you like. But as for me, I believe.
You believe?
I believe that you are the true culprit in this case.
My, you're enthusiastic. Of course, I should have guessed.
Not being dissed.
Hold it!
Von Karma sucks.
I would agree in the future, but I formally request that you desist in your attack against my mentor now.
Yes, we're going to sue you for defamation.
All I'm doing is telling the truth. Well, maybe more like spreading gossip. Although your adamant denials are, shall we say, just adding fuel to the fire.
How dare you?
Say such a thing.
Calm down, little girl. Don't let her get to you.
Oh, why did you have to ruin my fun? Well, shall I continue? Couldn't have been me.
Hold it!
Testimony name. Hold it. Why exactly could you have not killed him?
Ha! I was just about to testify to that. You're such an impatient man. I'm not really into that, you know, Edgeworth.
That your preferences have no bearing on what is at hand.
Feeling a little uncomfortable, are we?
Objection!
Objection, Miss Yule, you will desist in this tomfoolery and return to your testimony.
Don't whip me. Oh, fuck.
And pointing. And Miles, if you're going to lose your cool, then I won't show you any mercy.
You're not going to whip me, are you? I mean, sorry. Miss Yu, please continue with your testimony.
Sure. As I was saying, I couldn't have possibly killed Mr. Faraday. Knife.
Hold it!
Hold it.
Oh, wow.
At this rate, she will inevitably escape. But if she really was the one who killed Mr. Faraday, then she must have known about the existence of the knife. I'm sorry, Miss Yu. Maybe you weren't aware. However, the knife that was used to kill Mr. Faraday was taken from his evidence bag.
Miles, what do you think you're doing?
I'm drawing the truth out of her. That's what I'm doing.
Huh? But I don't recall a knife being presented at the trial earlier today.
Well, I suppose that's because the evidence was something Mr. Faraday had yet to use.
Ah, so that's what you're trying to do. Look, why don't you cut it out with the lies? I've already figured you out. There was no knife inside Mr. Faraday's evidence bag. The only evidence he had yet to present was the key the yatagarasu had sent. And unless a key can magically turn into a knife, you really don't have a leg to stand on.
No one
That's
should have known. Yeah,
unfortunate.
yeah, no, that's an L. No one should have known about that key except Bad Faraday and like 3 cops. L. At least it was a more sly way of like saying the wrong thing. It wasn't like Tigre, like just saying it. Like
Did you really think
it
you
was
could
a more
track
casual
me?
fuck up.
Come now, be honest.
I never intended to do such a thing. It was, a misunderstanding on my part.
Hello, Gypsy.
Meow. Big meowy cat. In any case, I wonder if you might append what you just said to your testimony.
Sure. Why not?
Oh, she's
I'll even say it as many times as you'd like.
Does she
There
know,
was a
chat?
key in his evidence bag, but you can't kill anyone with a simple key.
Hold it!
Hold it! Miss you, I would just like to confirm something with you one more time.
Oh, about what? What? Oh, about what's going to happen to Detective Gumshoe after this?
I don't need to ask you about that, because he isn't the killer.
Looks like the number of wrinkles on your forehead have increased yet again.
You sprite. That issue aside, Miss Yu, I'd like to ask you about what was inside the bag. You are sure it was the Yatagarasu's key, correct?
Yes, I'm sure. Which is why I'm completely baffled as to where that knife could have come from.
I think I've just spotted the road to a perfect victory. Finally, it would appear that you have revealed your true identity, Miss Yu.
Miles, her final statement.
Yes, I know. All I have to do now is to present the evidence. What is this ominous feeling that I can't shake? Damn, she really just gave you that. But also, damn.
Yeah,
she
I just have to
really
make sure
gave
which
you that.
one does the key mention that no one else knows it. I just have to make sure. So what was in the organized, or was it in the? Because I know we know that no one should use it. I just want to make sure it wasn't in the book.
I think it just talks
Yeah,
about.
I think
the
it's
key.
just the. I think it just talks about it. But I just want to make sure. Yeah. Okay. That doesn't. So I think it's just the key. That no one else knows about it. Because I mean that's what it is. I'm just. It's one of those things where I'm like, let me make sure that like, I don't have anything else that mentions that fact.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Okay. I think I just present the key here.
Objection!
Objection. Miss Yu, I wonder if you might take a look at this photo for me. This is a picture of the key the Yatagarasu sent to the police. However, while it may look like a key at first glance, it in fact has the secret ability to transform into a knife. Which means that what was inside Mr. Faraday's bag was both the Yatagarasu's key and the murderous knife. You knew that the key was inside Mr. Faraday's bag, did you not?
Yes.
Well, with the Yatagarasu's key alone, it's more than possible to kill Mr. Faraday.
Oh, I guess that's true. You don't have to turn into a knife.
Do you understand now?
Objection!
Just know it.
Objection.
Yep.
I still haven't had a good look at it. Showing it to me from that far away, you could be lying for all I know.
You would even now still feign ignorance?
Ha! I'm not feigning anything. But we can't have you accusing me of a crime with false evidence, now can we?
Oh, you...
I mean, Mr. Von Karma, I've heard some very interesting rumors about him.
Ah! Are you mocking my papa?
Don't you dare sully the good name of my mentor! Now take a good look! This piece of evidence is more than real.
Wow. Who knew there was such a trick to this thing?
Are you satisfied now? But of course, you knew from the very beginning, didn't you? You knew that the knife and the Yatagarasu's key are the one and the same. Otherwise, someone like you, who isn't a member of the law enforcement and who would have never been privy to this trick, would have never known about it to begin with.
Eh?
Furthermore, there's something that the Yatagarasu sent to the police. How did you have knowledge as to what it was?
Actually, I heard it from Mr. Faraday. Just before he dragged Mr. Rell off, he told me. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot. He also told me about the key turning into a knife at that time.
Of course.
Yeah, of
I
course.
love the Ace Attorney squirm.
But he didn't tell me about how the key actually transforms.
Objection!
Objection! What you are saying is simply not possible.
Oh, and why not?
Because Mr. Faraday himself didn't know about the hidden knife within the key. For within these pages, he mentions nothing about a knife.
Objection!
Objection. I'm not sure he would have written everything in his organizer, you know? Wouldn't something of this importance be better left to oral communication?
Objection!
Objection! Unfortunately, that is also impossible. Because Detective Bad didn't know anything about the knife aspect either. My theme!
Big fish.
Did I get noise canceled?
You did.
Damn it.
Damn it. That's unfortunate. What would have been highly classified information even within the police force? And is something that even the lead detective on this case didn't know. Why would Mr. Faraday have felt the need to share such information with the opposition?
I guess he wouldn't have much of a reason to. Looks like I gave a pretty lame excuse. Huh.
How can you laugh at a time like this?
She probably has just realized the flaw in her logic and is actually in a panic over it. That's not something we need to concern ourselves with.
I suppose you're right. Miss Yu, I'd like to state that I also know how you know the real nature of this knife.
Do you now? Well, why don't you put your money where your mouth is? And show me.
Oh, I will. And I'll wipe that smile off your face by the time we're through. This is my hand that I'm going to present against this Balacho big bluff. In fact, you can call it the moment of truth. The secret behind the Yatagarasu's key. Only one person would have had knowledge of it from the get-go. Who would know from the start that Yatagarasu's key could change into a knife?
Yatagarasu.
Take that!
Take that. There's only one person who would have known about the dual nature of the key.
Aha! And that is...
And that is the person who sent the Yatagarasu's key to the police. That is to say, the Yatagarasu herself.
Are you saying that this lawyer is the great thief Yatagarasu?
Miss Yu. You used Mr. Rell to lure Mr. Faraday into a trap, didn't you? You, who profess to bear a grudge against criminals. Why? Why do something like this?
Yeah, that does seem to be the rub that Bad says that the Yatagarasu wouldn't fucking kill someone. So. But I guess Bad could just be wrong.
Who would have thought that you, a stupid rookie prosecutor, would see through me? Is sending the biggest chill down my spine right now, Edgeworth. This feeling of thrill, it's even greater than when I sneak into someplace.
You, and I don't, I mean both versions. You killed Faraday? Why? Answer me, Callisto, you!
Callisto you, huh? That's not my real name. Because my real identity is, yes, the great thief Yatagarasu. Let me tell you something, Edgeworth. Mr. Faraday was one difficult man to deal with. For you see, he had discovered my true identity. Which is why I had to erase him from the world of law. I made Rel an offer, an acquittal for a little favor in return. All he had to do was accuse Mr. Faraday of being the Yatagarasu in court. But once we entered the recess, Rel was dragged off by Mr. Faraday, which threw my plan into a complete mess. I chased after them and eavesdropped them on through a crack in the door. That Rel caves to only two things: money and authority, just as all thugs do. I feared my plan was going to be ruined if Mr. Faraday held on to Rel any longer. Plus, if I had let them continue on the way they were, I would have been found out. That's why I had no choice. I had to kill them both.
Damn. Didn't you say that you despised criminals?
But do I really?
You. Have you forgotten about the KG8 incident too?
Maybe.
What sort of woman would...
So then, was it your plan to kill Mr. Faraday with the very evidence that you sent?
Ha ha. Well, I had a good idea of what Mr. Faraday was going to do. I anticipated that Mr. Faraday was going to prove that Rel wasn't the Yatagarasu by using this Yatagarasu's key as evidence, and that he would bring it with him. Which is why I thought to use the knife portion. With a weapon as well disguised as this, no one would be the wiser. Because who in their right mind would think something like this could be a weapon? I casually entered lobby number 2 on the pretext that I had to talk with Mr. Faraday. And in order to get in with him, I pretended to be worried about something. He then let me hold the Yatagarasu's key just like that.
No.
He never noticed that I had changed the key into a knife inside that plastic bag. And he didn't have the chance to take note of the knife that took his life.
Damn.
How could you kill him?
I knew him for a long time, you know? At the very least, I thought to give him a quick and painless death.
But if you killed Mr. Faraday first, there was no need for you to kill Mr. Rel as well.
I believe I mentioned why when we were placing Detective Gumshoe under arrest. Something about having accidentally created an eyewitness? And how that led the killer to think about setting them up as though they'd killed each other.
For the surveillance tape.
Yes, I hadn't actually planned to use a gun. The risk was too high that I'd be caught. However, that's when I remembered the existence of that surveillance tape. Which is why I had Ral help me set up the crime scene. And after all was said and done, I rewarded him for all his hard work with a bullet.
You the person, and you! You're a defense attorney, aren't you? How could you? How could you betray a client?
Client? If you want to talk about who was a client of whose first, it was me. I was the client in the murder of the Cadopian Embassy staff member, Dead Man.
What the fuck? You ordered a hit job?
You still haven't figured it out, Mr. Bad. I had Dead Man killed because he was about to give away info about the smuggling ring. Now, who exactly do you think would benefit from such an assassination?
Can't be. You're...
That's right. I'm a member of the smuggling ring.
How could this?
You don't mean... You're working with Manny Cochin too, do you? This Coney Mansion.
Mansion.
Maybe, maybe not. Guess you'll never know.
The yatagarasu claims to be noble, but you're just another cold-blooded murderer.
That's right, little girl. The yatagarasu is just another killer.
Be quiet, you.
Yatagarasu. You can run from the law, but you'll never escape it. So just humbly accept the judgment of this court. No.
Ha ha ha. Hey, Edgeworth. Did you know? The yatagarasu has 3 legs. Do you know why that is? No? Well, let me tell you. It means that the yatagarasu has more than one razor-sharp way to do her work.
Oh shit, gun arc. Yo, that's a gun.
No shit, it's a gun!
You really are too naive, Edgeworth. You even handed the yatagarasu's key right to me without a second thought.
Wait, I'm stupid!
Did I bring my
You're
gun?
stupid.
Did I forget that at home?
Everything may not have gone according to plan, but I'll still gladly take it.
You mean... the key was your real target?
And even after I gave you such great advice. Didn't I tell you to always keep a good eye on a criminal? Or you may regret what comes of your negligence.
You two, get down!
My body! I can't move!
Hey mister, to your right, you're gonna get shot!
Holy shit!
You! Oh shit, she's right. I could
I'm
also run
outta
fast.
here.
Get her fucking ass. I'm gonna go too! I'll kill her!
Are you alright, Francisca?
I'm perfectly fine, Miles.
Voice is shaking. But it looks like she's unharmed. Wait, where did Kay go? Where did Kay go? Oh, that's a gunshot.
Some shit has happened.
September 10th, 7 p.m., District Courtroom number 3.
What the fuck has happened in my court of law? Oh, hey. Sorry, but it looks like she got away. I'd call the precinct. They should have a perimeter set up soon.
Detective Bad, are you alright? I heard a gunshot.
I'm okay. Just got another hole in my jacket.
Oh, he's on a badge. You may say that he's fine, but he looks quite shaken.
But more importantly, boy, I mean, Mr. Edgeworth, Miss Von Karma, are you too hurt?
I'm absolutely fine.
I'm also alright, thanks to Kay.
Speaking of Kay, where is she?
I don't know. She just sort of disappeared.
I'll go look for her. Oh, and hey, Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir. Detective Bad, sir.
I'm sorry I doubted you.
Don't worry, sir. It's not your fault. Well, I lied to you guys too, after all.
I heard about what happened from Kay. Lying while giving testimony is still unforgivable. But in this case, you're protecting Kay and her feelings. Looks like you just might have what it takes to be a real detective. Now, don't you ever lose that detective spirit, okay?
You got it, Pops.
Pops? Watched one too many detective dramas recently, have we?
Way to single-handedly destroy the cheery atmosphere with one sparky comment.
I should get back to the investigation. I swear, I'll catch you, the person, and not Edgeworth if it's the last thing I do.
Be careful, Detective Bad, and take care.
Thanks. Well, I'm off. Maybe we'll run into each other again someday. We got a whole nother chapter in this game.
Shit, he's right.
Thanks a bunch, pal. You're the best. You really did find out the truth behind everything.
Yes. Well, I'm glad we solved everything before you were taken to prison.
This stupid
No!
shit in my courthouse! I can't believe how much trouble I caused you with my testimony, Detective Gumshoe. I'm a bitch!
It was no problem, really. I mean, I lied too, so I didn't help anything. It's really not your fault, Your Honor.
Well, even if we didn't have his honest testimony, I think that lawyer would have found another way to get you convicted on her behalf.
Yeah. Can't believe I was about to get fired during my first week as a detective.
Well, so long as you're not fired. You should work hard, give all that you have, and perform your duties well. Oh, and one more thing. Kay left a present. Well, for you with me. Here's the present.
She did? Oh, what is it?
What was it that Kay left for me? The proof of their friendship? Oh no!
$5. Did I get another Swiss roll from? It
Was
must
it
be.
your prosecutor's badge, sir?
It must be the roll. Are you sure it's not another $5 bonus check?
I think it's the roll streamer.
You sure? Like, hey, $5! You can't get another roll with this.
Take that!
Take that.
It's a courthouse special Swiss roll. Can I really have it?
Yes. It's a present meant for you, after all.
Oh, thanks a bunch. You have no idea how happy this makes me, pal. I'm gonna eat this right now.
Sure. Go ahead. Swiss rolls Detective Gumshoe and Kay bought together for $6 at the vending machine, while the one Kay saved never reached her father. It would appear that her sentiments have touched the heart of this detective.
He's so happy it's as though he's having a welcome back celebration of his own.
Well, I was asked by Kay to give it to him.
Oh, that was good, pal. Can't believe I got to eat 2 of these delicious things in one day. It's like I'm in Swiss roll paradise or something. I've got to thank Kay myself. Hey, wait, where is she?
In the future.
You only noticed just now. Was his mind not present when we discussed her earlier? Detective Bad left to go search for her earlier. Maybe you should go join him.
Yeah, you betcha, pal. I'm gonna go help him. Oh, but first... You know what, pal? Actually, I guess I shouldn't be so rude to you anymore, huh?
You were rude to me?
I'm gonna stick right by your side from now on, Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
Oh, my best friend. My best friend is back.
I sense nothing but a most troublesome and delightful relationship from that ominous statement. Fuck you, Edgeworth.
We should go home
He's
too,
still a
Miles.
baby.
Let the hurry and report what has happened to Papa.
Oh, fuck. I mean, yes, agreed. Well, I'm afraid we must be going now, Detective. I get to go and talk with my mentor.
Roger, sir. And don't you worry, I'll investigate the next case we're on real well.
I'll, be counting on you. Scented Trouble's definitely in the air.
Yeah, that's the Dahlia Hawthorne case. Yay! That one went
Dahlia
swell.
Hawthorne case
That one
where
went
nothing
great
goes
too.
wrong.
Oh, God. Dahlia Hawthorne case.
Or Melissa
Dahlia
Foster, I'm
Hawthorne,
sorry.
and when I
Might be.
called my Mia Fey, thus like a bad dream, my first outing at court came to a disturbing end. A few months later, I was finally able to properly stand in court as a prosecutor.
And it went like shit.
And it went like fucking garbage. But the detective in charge of the investigation was, as I dreaded, Detective Gumshoe. After that, he became my direct subordinate. I have tried, but words fail to describe the immeasurable suffering he has caused me. I love you, Gumshoe! I suppose that's just how things are. I'm being a tsundere, I swear. As for the little girl who suddenly disappeared, she's now Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yo, remember when we flashed back to that crazy shit that happened?
I feel like I've been here for like 2 days.
Remember when you got shot and I said, "Oh, get down"? That was fun.
Wait, that was actually pretty sick.
You were totally
I
gonna
wouldn't say
die.
It was fun. I was totally going to die. It was pretty fucked up.
So, do you remember now that you thought about that for like 6 hours? I bet you could have a nice night in your office where only good things happen.
Only good things can happen at your office, sir. There will not be an Among Us gamer committing a murder in your office.
Oh, thank goodness for that. I can't wait to play some Among Us later, at my office. But yes, I remember everything. Okay, it's been a while.
Hold on. Discord. Kay, you sure grew up a lot.
Yeah, you just changed jackets.
You changed jackets and you got a scarf.
Of course, but thank goodness. I thought you two had totally forgotten about me. We had to go through like a 7-hour flashback.
You know, I was really worried about you after all that. Where have you been all this time?
You know, fucking being awesome. Gummy, I didn't know you cared. After my father died, I went to go live with my mother's relatives. They live really far away, so I wasn't really able to come back here all that much.
Oh, is that what happened? Well, I'm just glad you're alright.
So does it all make sense now? All the crazy shit that happened? Remember when Agent Lang showed up for 5 seconds?
Yeah, that was kind of weird. Agent Lang was just like there for 2 seconds.
Oh, wait, I'm so glad he didn't ask if I was a furry back then. Who knows what answer I would have given back then. I wasn't ready.
How long does it take you to get ready for that question, sir?
Oh, you know what? I was recently going through my father's bookshelves recently and...
7 years, apparently. Hold it! 7 years, apparently. Actually, there's still a number of things that don't make sense, Kay.
Oh.
Huh?
First of all, why did you come all this way to see me? And second, why are you calling yourself the Yatagarasu?
Oh,
We
right.
just went over this.
Well, like, I wanted to shoot you. I wanted to give it a try. JK, as in K, who I am. That's my new joke. That's how I prank you.
Hey, I'm very concerned. I'm so concerned. You're carrying that. You mentioned the gun. And also, the Yatagarasu is Callisto. She killed your father, Kay. What the fuck?
No, you're wrong. The real Yatagarasu was my father.
What the shit?
Psych!
Didn't seem like a joke.
I didn't say JK that time.
Mr. Faraday was the Yatagarasu?
Sure. Like I said, I was going through my father's bookshelf recently. And I found a secret diary hidden among his books. I have no regrets in choosing to walk the path of the Yatagarasu. That was written in his diary, and that's how I know for sure. Dudes just wouldn't write that.
But that's impossible. That's impossible.
What's with that look? You don't believe me?
It wasn't just the expression on my face. I clearly said it was impossible just now.
Alright then, how do you explain this?
It's a way of disarming any security system of the user's choosing.
Yep, that's Little Thief. I can just go wherever the fuck I want. Truth be told, this is the Yatagarasu's greatest secret. And this little gizmo was used by my father.
Wow. Mr. Faraday wasn't just a great prosecutor, he really was a great thief, huh?
Yeah, my father worked really hard to steal the truth. But he was killed. And the Yatagarasu was no more. But despite that, the Yatagarasu has been spotted again recently.
Someone other than you? Not the person?
We are the person. Here, Mr. Edgeworth, take a look at this article.
Oh, the Yatagarasu sent to the embassy. A calling card.
Yeah, meaning this person's a fake. I'm almost certain that Callisto you lady is behind this. Because the real Yatagarasu would never send something like a gaudy card out.
But the Yatagarasu did send a white card along with anything to be publicized. That's what Detective Bat told me 7 years ago, if my memory serves. What the hell is going on?
As soon as I heard the news, I got all wound up. I knew I couldn't just let it go. So I searched you out, so that I could obtain the truth behind the Yatagarasu. Because if anyone could help me find it, I figured it's you, Mr. Edgeworth. I mean, we just
So you're
fucking
saying
kicked
that
that guy's ass, so, you know.
I mean, that's true. Well, I'm kind of honored and flattered, and if I wasn't, like, in 48 hours of not sleeping, I'd give you a hug right now, but you're saying that I have your father's and misuse identities backwards.
Yes, because the real Yatagarasu is noble to the end, and you wouldn't shoot at Miles Edgeworth, and I want to revive the real noble Yatagarasu.
But you said you wanted to shoot me.
Well, that was a JK, that was the joke. Jeez, it was the whole prank you thing. Thought I explained it.
Oh. My bad. My bad. With 2 D's.
Oh, I get it. Oh, we're all named really stupidly. If I don't, my father will never be able to rest in peace. Because he was fucking killed!
Kay.
Okay, you're so honorable. I don't care what anyone else thinks. I'll always be here to cheer you on, pal.
Even if you are honorable, a thief is still a thief. And if you are plotting to commit a crime, then I'm afraid I can't be complicit.
Mr. Edgeworth. Aww. You guys are not making it easy for me. Who am I supposed to support now?
Mr. Edgeworth, what I want from you is not to steal something. What I want is the arrest of that evil woman. She's a bitch.
Bitch. Evil bitch. Callisto you mean?
Yeah, we're gonna get her. I think it's too hard for me to catch her all by myself. But I thought that since you were able to expose her for who she is, then maybe... Please, Mr. Edgeworth, won't you help me? Get her ass, Ark.
Time to get her ass, I see. Come to think of it, I do believe I owe you.
Huh? Only for what?
I almost fucking got shot.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. I just would have taken it as a freebie.
Well, when Miss Yu made her escape, it was you who saved my life.
No, it was me.
Furthermore, you, the K, helped me with the investigation today.
This joke will never get old.
It's a great
UK,
joke.
the United Kingdom.
The United Kingdom taught me not to be so rude as to leave favors unrepaid.
Then you mean?
Yes. That case has been weighing down my soul ever since that fateful day.
Well, not really. You fucking forgot about me, but whatever.
I needed them. I have been up for 48 hours, and after this 48 hours, I think it's enough time to come settle things once and for all. If you, Kay Faraday, don't intend to sully your hands in a crime, then I believe I can help you, Kay Faraday, and Gumshoe.
Okay, good, excellent. Mr. Edgeworth, thank you. I think you should have a nice nap in your office.
Yay, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. We should have a nap in the office. That's great, isn't it?
That is great, but I want to play Among Us.
Yeah, it sure is, Gummy.
Maybe after my nap. Even though he had completely forgotten about her until just now.
God, what if, like, the last case is somehow still before case 1? Like, can you imagine? Like, 1 hour before case 1.
I will fucking scream. What is with their chummy relationship?
I'm glad they made a pie day. It made it really easy to remember what day it was.
Yeah. The great thief Yatagarasu. After all that time, the true identity of the thief sank back into the darkness. Aaron Faraday, Callisto you, actual person, and Kay Faraday, not you.
When we say the full name, it's okay.
Okay. The phantasmagorically changing identity of the great thief Yatagarasu. And the Yatagarasu's real goal. It would all come to light the day after I made that promise to Kay. And after I was about to play Among Us at my fucking office.
Yay.
Oh, let's go.
Woo! There's a part of me
Yeah!
that kind of wants to dip my toes into the next one, just for a little bit. But I leave that up to you guys if you want to do that or not.
My throat's getting a little rough, so I'd rather not.
Okay, then we will not. Turnabout ablaze. Fucking setting
it's
shit on
kinda
fire.
blazing.
Yeah, all I know about this last case is that it's the longest thing conceived by man.
That's not true. There's like
That's
Rise
like-
from the Ashes.
That's like
Rise
the
from the
that's like
Ashes,
yeah,
sure.
that's like the spoiler I know about Ace Attorney Investigations 1 is that the last case is really long.
You've gone through Rise from the Ashes. You got the streamer.
It's not short, I'll say that much. But still.
So I guess we'll fucking set shit on fire.
It's gonna be blazing, absolutely blazing, one might say.
Gonna be
I'm gonna
epic.
be bumping my theme when the fires are doing whatever they are doing.
I'll be
in
sure
this
to be
case.
around for credits after 15 more sessions of just this case. Oh no.
Let's go, Smunchers.
Twitch.tv/Smunchers.
Thank you, twitch.tv/Smunchers.
What the fuck happened to Manny Cochin? That dude showed up for one line and left.
I showed up for one line and left.
Barlow chose the right character to voice.
I knew immediately. I was like, okay, I know who to pick. One of my 3 characters I'm
We did
probably
get-
playing this
we did
game.
get Coney Mansion. Manny Cochin in
Coney
his
Mansion.
That's what I'd like to believe.
Manny Cochin in my Coney Mansion in my Coney Island Disco Palace. I
Well,
can't wait.
you know, and then finally maybe Edgeworth dealt with Jacques Sportsman. After all this time.
I'm pretty sure that's the case.
It took 4 chapters.
Can't believe it.
Took 4
4
chapters, but now we're back in the present, baby.
It took the entire game.
This is really the medias res of Ace Attorney investigations.
Anyway, the moral of the story is watch out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The real moral of the story is the names in this game are very funny when they're used for common words.
Oh, I can't wait to milk the same joke 800 more times because Callisto U is still around.
God.
You're the person, or you, Dr. Freem, the stream.
Well, when you say miss you, it's like, oh, okay, it's the person. But if you don't include that, then you fucked up. Anyway, that's all for stream. Thank you for watching. We will see you
Thanks
next
for
time
streaming.
where we set Miles Edgeworth on fire.
I'm going to be lit on fire for the next case.
And it will be funny.